officially in the books. We've got some news. Zach Wilson, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Zachy Poo. 23 years old today. Excited to go ahead and have you as a future Pro Bowl quarterback on this roster. It's going to lead us to the promised land. Had a day today. You know, Elijah Moore continues to shine. The defense shine. It was one of those situations where you look at both sides of the ball and you want to go ahead and see progress on both sides. But today, I got to say, was an offensive day. This is your New York Jets situation report. Let's go.
You know I'm the boss, I know what it costs. Have you had a loss? I'm so versatile, I'm a renaissance man.
It was Zach Wilson's birthday today, and he decided to celebrate by going perfect at training camp practice today. Zach Wilson went 8 for 8. We saw a level of confidence, his ability to read the offense, read the defense, and get the ball to the right places was very impressive today. Zach Wilson throughout training camp has struggled a little bit when it came to getting into the red zone. Robert Saleh alluded to the fact that today that was not the case. He was able to go ahead and compete in the end zone, and of course get 2 touchdowns in the end zone as well on 11 on 11 drills. If I'm not mistaken, Zach Wilson had a perfect day in practice, going 8 for 8. It's not going to continuously do this, obviously, every day. But today, on his birthday, hey yo, he showed out. Zach Wilson showed out. We got to give him props for that. Happy birthday again to Zach Wilson, and great practice today. And we want to see more of this continuing moving forward, right? 8 for 8 is impressive. He was able to go ahead and take what the defense gave him. Kind of Hughes alluded to the fact that there were a couple of times where, he got the first down, but he missed shots down the field in terms of potential touchdown passes. It is what it is. We don't need the kid to go ahead and shoot for the stars every single time. We want him to be able to process fast enough to see what the defense is giving him and to take those shots, right? Move the chains. Getting a first down is really good. Gives him another 3 sets of downs to go ahead and potentially get into the end zone. And that to me is encouraging to see that he's not trying to go ahead and do the gunslinger thing and trying to force it down the field if the proper opportunity arises to where he can go ahead and get a first down. So Zach Wilson today was significantly a highlight today. Elijah Moore continues to shine. Garrett Wilson continues to shine. Our running back core continues to shine. Literally, the entire offense today showed out. It appears as if Mekhi Becton is finally settling into his own. He had another day today where he didn't allow a sack to his quarterback. He was able to protect him. You can see he's getting more comfortable on that right side. One thing that I want to go ahead and mention is that a lot of people have been asking about Elijah Vera Tucker. Like, we haven't heard anything about him. Hey, the Buffalo Jet fan made a very good point in one of the tweets he tweeted out earlier today. He stated that, listen, we're not hearing much about Elijah Vera Tucker. That's a good thing. And he's 100% right. If we're not hearing about him, that means he's not a concern. He's not an issue. He's adjusting beautifully to that right side of the line. There's no concerns. We haven't heard about him giving up sacks, giving up pressures, that people are getting around him, nothing. Right? So that's good. When it comes to the offensive line, when you don't hear a player's name, you're talking about, okay, that's good. That means they're not getting showcased or highlighted based off of them giving up sacks or allowing pressure to the quarterback. Elijah Vera Tucker is proving that to be the case. So Elijah's having a good time. George Fant was able to show up as well, and he played, I think it was 3 series today. So they're slowly edging him back into the process, right? From 2 series yesterday to 3 series today. I'm all about it. We need this guy to be healthy coming into the season. We can't afford for him to take another injury or to get an injury, because he is officially our left tackle. And as we all know, we're still a little suspect about what's behind the tackle positions, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the second team. We know we're concerned about what's behind George Fant and Mekhi Becton. So having those guys healthy is going to be a key point. It's not an issue about having a swing tackle or backup offensive lineman to take those spots if those guys stay healthy. So we're going to knock on wood, and hopefully they continue to stay healthy. So you didn't really hear much today about any kind of highlight plays, highlight throws, or anything like that, right? It was a pretty good balanced offense. The offense definitely, I think, today won out, right? So they got the best of the defense today in terms of executing and making plays happen down the field. TJ Uzoma showed out today. Tyler Conklin, the tight ends, are getting involved in the gameplay. Um, we did get some good news in terms of the tight end room. Jeremy Ruckert, although did not participate today, he has been officially activated to the active roster, as the same scenario with Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman has also been officially activated. There were some individuals who didn't show up today. Ty Johnson, Greg Zerline were not participants today in terms of practice. Apparently, Ty Johnson is dealing with a hamstring injury potentially. We got Vinny Curry dealing with an injury right now that he's kind of like nursing a little bit, going through rehab with. Robert Salah stated that he's not concerned about it. He believes those guys are going to be good to go. I'm sorry. He believes Vinny Curry and Greg Zerline. Greg Zerline also was not a part of practice today. Our kicker, who at this point was leading the kicking competition, he had a toe issue, toe injury potentially. That could be a big deal. It might not be. It didn't seem like Robert Sala was too concerned about it. He didn't go into detail about it, but he didn't show out there today. So that's why he wasn't out there, is because he had that toe injury. However, in terms of individuals coming back, Vinny Curry should be good to go. They're saying that Ty Johnson will not be available for the green and white scrimmage on Saturday. Kind of sucks a little bit. Kind of want to have the plethora of backs available to us, but we've got Tevin Coleman coming back, which means Brees Hall, Michael Carter, Tevin Coleman are in the fold, and we should see what those guys bring to the table. Overall today, I gotta say it was a, I don't want to say a dull day. I don't want to say that, but it was a quiet day, right? The offense looked really good. Zach Wilson looked really good. It appears as if like everything is clicking the way we wanted it to, right? Like second year players and Elijah Moore, Zach Wilson, Michael Carter are showing out, understanding a better comprehension of the offense, knowing where they need to be, knowing where he needs to get the ball to. And that level of quick decision making to get the ball into his playmaker's hands is gonna make Zach Wilson. I'm telling you, the step this kid's gonna take is massive. I truly believe that he's going to take a massive step. But overall, as Jets fans, we gotta be excited, man. Like ultimately, we're seeing it all come together. You know, I know a lot of us are kind of concerned with the defense getting to the backfield and dominating and Zach kind of struggling, but we have a very talented defensive line. This was also brought to light today by Sheldon Rankins. And when he was talking about the personnel we had back there, he stated, and I kid you not, that he was amongst the most impressive unit he's ever been a part of. He's looking to the left and to his right, and he's like, man, these guys are all studs. These guys are all legitimate alpha types to have on in the NFL. And you have them all on one roster. It's it's insane the 180 we have had in terms of our roster from what we had last year. Guys coming back from injury, the acquisitions made in free agency, the appeal of the draft picks that we've got. We're hearing nothing but great things throughout the entire process. Sauce Gardner is definitely an honorable mention. No highlight play today for Sauce. Got that. But in terms of his coverage ability, his coverage skills, the kid is massive, right? Big kid, long arms, real fast. But it's his ability to go ahead and adjust the fluidity of his hips to match and mirror wide receivers is just elite. It's literally elite. I don't this season is gonna be fun. This season's gonna be fun, and the more and more you watch these guys start to gel, you watch these guys put it all together, the more you realize that as Jets fans, we're going into an era to where we're legitimately can potentially compete for the AFC East division. So as we're sitting here right now, you know, it's August 3rd. You know, we're not far away from games being live. Like things are gonna start mattering. We're gonna start seeing the bullets fly. There's gonna be live bullets coming our way, right? I feel so confident in this roster. You read that article by DWC, Defense Wins Championships, and you start to realize like, man, like this makes a lot of sense. Like this could be one of the greatest turnarounds in NFL history based off of the personnel grouping. The offense that we already know only gets better in year two. Year one is always that trial period, that difficulty period, right? Year two is when you see this offense really explode and shine. Zach Wilson is coming into his own. He's looking more comfortable back there against a defensive line that's going to create havoc and pressure against any other quarterbacks. He felt good. He felt good the last 2 days. When the pads came on, he adjusted fire a little bit. Now he's feeling much better, more comfortable in the pocket. Those guys on the offensive line are gelling, all right? Once George Fant hit his spot at left tackle, you're hearing good things about the time now Zach Wilson has to execute those play calls. And what's crazy is, I again going back to defense wins championships. Another article he put out there about Brees Hall. I'm literally going to do an entire video about Brees Hall now, based off of my eyes being open more so because I didn't see some of the things that he saw. But when you read the article and you realize the comparables and the comparison, like, is Brees Hall potentially the next Adrian Peterson? Actually, is Brees Hall Adrian Peterson 2.0 because he has way better receiving capability than we've ever seen in Adrian Peterson. But like, man, these are the kind of things that I'm talking about. Like we're so kind of like, what do you call it, blinders on, right? We're looking at things where we can only see things and we can only process things. That's why I love like this Jets community. We're able to go ahead and pretty much get feedback from other individuals, and it opens our eyes to things we never saw or even contemplated as being a reality. And when you start putting those things into your own homework and your own work that you've done in analyzing this roster and analyzing this team, you start to realize like, wow, this thing is much bigger than like this turnaround is much more aggressive and much bigger than we realized. Like, th- again, I don't want to spoil the articles for you, so I highly recommend you read those articles. Um, but yeah, this has been a good week thus far. All right. Again, happy birthday to Zach. Happy birthday to Kwon Alexander, who's also showing out. He got some time today with the first team defense. So he's slowly trying to etch his way into that freaking role right next to CJ Mosley, the Alabama trio, and Quincy, Kwon, and of course CJ. Those guys are going to be impactful in the middle of the defense. The defensive line is scary. The secondary is scary. Like, our safety position is the only concern, but you're hearing good things coming out of camp. Those guys gelling well, and about it's just so much. Sure, I mean, it's just so much positivity right now, and I'm overwhelmed by it. And I don't want that to become like me putting on the blinders to what the issues are. We still have issues at safety. We still don't know if this defense can go ahead and stop the run. We got to see it first. And we definitely don't know if our offensive line can stay healthy. Like, there's a bunch of things we got to be concerned about, especially without having a swing tackle that we all are like, heck yeah, there's no Morgan Moses out there this year. There's none. So like, we're in a position to where either we got what we got, we find somebody through free agency, or we're gonna have to go ahead and make a trade, or maybe somebody drops somebody to during the 53-man roster cuts. Like, there's always that option too. Overall, as a Jets fan right now, you should be excited. You should be freaking excited because opportunity is knocking. I think the football gods have finally looked upon us and said, you know what? We've punished y'all enough. It's time. It's time for y'all to see what it feels like to be once again relevant. And man, I can't wait. I can't wait to go ahead and look back at these videos and say, man, we called it. We knew this was the turnaround that would make the New York Jets the New York Jets, where we can potentially be competing for the AFC East title with Buffalo. And that's a very legitimate like argument. I'm excited. You should be excited. You know what? I'm gonna keep going on and on about this. Like I said before, great day for training camp day 7. Offense looked good. Defense did their thing. It was a back and forth in terms of you're seeing both of them kind of elevate one another. Although Zach Wilson definitely ate today, going perfect, 8 for 8 with 2 touchdowns. The second team took a bit of a step back, right? But the defense was able to go ahead and feast on the second team offense. But man, go Jets. Go Jets. Again, happy birthday to Zach. Happy birthday to Kwon. This has been your New York Jets situation report. Till next time.